For a really long time, I never knew I was any different because it was just my everyday life and it was what I was used to. I just remember like feeling like the foot was something that wasn't, like it was someone else. Like I was this normal kid and then there was this foot that was different. So I was 12 when I decided to have the amputation.
You made an ankle joke.
I did.
That's very good.
Mr. Wright, if I see your shirt doesn't have "That's the Juice" on it, I'm gonna write. I always go, when I was born with a condition called Klippel Trenaunay. My symptom was called Macrodactyly, which means enlarged limb. So from my right hip down, my whole, like bones and like just the mass of it was enlarged, and my foot was pretty severely deformed. So growing up, the first few years of my life, I had surgery every year. They like removed excess tissue, bones, amputated all the toes, because they mean the tissue continues to grow as I continue to grow, and the bones continue to grow and grow more and grow thicker and grow bigger. So it's just like, you know, every couple years I'd have to have a surgery, and that was just gonna be how it was. So then I got to middle school, and I started having some chronic pain in my ankle. And at this point, my doctor was like, you know, there's always the option of amputation. For a long time, I didn't tell people this is what I was doing. But I think from that car ride home, I remember I was in the car with my dad. From that car ride home, I think I knew what I was doing. It just felt right. I had the amputation of my right foot below my knee, about 6 inches. You know, they call me brave for making the decision of my amputation on my own. I mean, I didn't consider that brave. I just considered that, you know, looking out for myself in the long run. There are people that I look at and I definitely consider them brave because they've had to go through so much more than I have without the support that I have had. Am I just like going for it, starting?
Yeah, whatever you want to do, that's fine.
Anyone that was kind of born different in previous times was seen as, you know, weird. You know, you hear about the people that, you know, were born differently so long ago and they were cast out of society, and that, you know, I'm so not cast out of society now, but I would have been just because of how I was born as a child. I would have had no say in it. It just would have been my life. So I was born with the same tissue as the elephant man, but obviously it was only my foot. So he had it all over his body. And, you know, he couldn't live a life because people then viewed it as something that was gross and disgusting, and all he was an act for them to look at. And sadly, appearances are the first thing we see in a person. So just naturally, even me, someone that, you know, has been judged for their appearance or been looked at funny or had a different appearance, their first instinct, even if you don't realize it, is to kind of make that call based off of the first thing you see. I think with me, I'm a little bit more likely to kind of think about that a little bit more because I know what it feels like to be judged based on how I look. Fortunately for me, I was lucky enough to have two very accepting parents and like grown up in a family that never treated it any different. They gave me all the opportunities that I needed to just be a normal kid. And every kid wants to have friends. Every kid wants everyone to like them. Every kid wants to be accepted. And I think that the reason I was so confident is because I'd had kids around me that treated me just like them, and kids that wanted to be around me and were my friends and weren't worried about my differences than them. You always need that group of people that accept you. They make a big difference. I'm just really lucky and happy that I've had what I've had.